Hello, MCU fans. Boy, oh boy, did Marvel ever bring it to Hall H at SDCC 2024. Kevin Feige's announcements have rocked the collective Marvel world. So, lots for us to discuss. Let's dive right in and see what we can find out. Don't forget, we have a July contest running all month long. Be a subscriber, leave a comment, win a book or a steelbook. Best of luck. And we have a membership option with lots of cool perks, so you might check it out in case you're interested. Okay, so things were kicked off with a dance number devoted to Deadpool and Wolverine, as you can see by the red and yellow. You gotta love it. Also, Rob Delaney, Peter Poole himself, showed up to be the host of the forum. He was the one asking questions to the actors and directors on stage. And Kevin Feige used that point in time to announce that Deadpool is officially now has the #1 opening weekend for an R-rated movie. I mean, no surprise, right? The movie is incredible. If you haven't seen it, you got to get out and check it out. So good. Also, Kevin got to announce that with 34 Marvel films under his belt, the MCU has now crossed 30 billion at the box office. That is insane. I mean, tons of people made that a success that it is. But the #1 person is right there, Kevin Feige. Dude, you rock. Incredible. All right, so next, the Captain America 4 cast took to the stage. They look great together. It's going to be an awesome movie. Giancarlo Esposito explained who he's playing in the movie. In fact, in his own words, he said, "I am the king of the Serpent Society. I am Seth Volker, Sidewinder." So I don't know that many people predicted that. I sure had no idea who he was going to play. And I'm glad that he dresses differently than the Sidewinder in the comics. Oh my, the Serpent Society in the comics, man. They had some of the weirdest costumes. No, definitely Giancarlo will be much cooler than that. So can't wait to see his character in the movie. Also, we get an official mention of the A word. Yes, they said adamantium. So remember in the trailer, behind those missiles, you see that big old structure back there, and here you can see a little bit of it again on the right, and you see Captain America flying past that big structure. That is Tiamat from the Eternals movie that has now been converted to adamantium. So presumably, when Circe was basically killing him, it converted him into the precious metal adamantium. Also, it seems like, from what I heard from the trailer that they showed, because unfortunately we don't get to see the trailer, but they referred to it as Celestial Island. Now that made me scratch my head a little bit, because how do they know the word celestial? Man, we really need to know what happened after the first Eternals movie. Maybe they shared that with the government so people knew, but I don't know that anybody told, America or everybody else what on earth a celestial is. Very interesting. Also, we do get confirmation that the U.S. and Japan are frenemies. They're friends until they're enemies because of this very precious metal in the ocean. And then I thought one of the cooler reveals from the trailer they showed is that Ross hulks out during a press conference. So this that we saw from the trailer, right, is happening during this press conference. And I kind of wondered if that was the case, because this looked like it was during the press conference, and those guys seem to be firing their guns upwards in the air. So yeah, what an awful time for poor President Ross to Hulk out. That makes me all the more excited to see how this all pans out in the movie and what these guys end up doing to him. In fact, speaking of hulking out, Harrison Ford hulked out on stage for folks. He's such a good sport. He is going to be a lot of fun in this movie. And then, oh man, I got to take the L on this one. So in my trailer breakdown of Captain America Brave New World, I said that was a fighter jet. And honestly, from this frame, it looks like it, right? But if you look really closely in the trailer, you can't see it leave his back, but it does look like it's flying away from him, not towards him. That's Red Wing. Yeah, that's his drone. Oh boy, I believe me, a lot of people told me, dude, it ain't a fighter jet, it's Red Wing. Oh well. Anyway, next, the Thunderbolts * cast took to the stage. Man, they look great. It's such a huge cast. It's going to bring back so many characters that we've been wanting to know what have they been doing. And then this is so funny. Red Guardian actually showed up in the audience wearing his outfit. And then he looks up on the stage and realizes, oh, no, nobody else came in outfit. I feel dumb. It was very funny. But he eventually takes it off and does show up on stage, as you can see there. And man, let me just say, these two in particular, I am so happy to see them come back. I mean, besides being two of the most beautiful people on the planet, they are so good in their roles, both of them. So I am very, very excited for this movie. And they talked about the fact that it sounded like a lot of fun. One of the cool things that the trailer that they showed for this seemed to reveal is that each of them are unaware that they're on a team. They were all sent to a mission individually. And when they all show up and realize it's a setup, well, then the problems arise. So yeah, going to be so much fun. And we may finally get an answer to this question. The trailers seem to imply that we learn who bought Avengers Tower. Man, that question has been out there for a long, long time. All right, so next, Matt Shakman takes the stage to discuss Fantastic Four. And if that name doesn't ring a bell, he was the one of the main people that put together WandaVision. Oh man, one of my favorite shows, without a doubt. Absolutely love it. So he's going to be great with the Fantastic Four because it's supposed to be like a retro 60s futuristic. So like it's 60s, but it's also futuristic at the same time. He's going to have so much fun with that. Then the entire cast makes their appearance. They look great together. They look like they definitely are a family. Going to be a lot of fun. They showed a clip from the movie, or at least some maybe pre-footage. And this one I did manage to find on the internet, so I wanted to grab some stills of it because this quote was so important. Reed Richards, you can see, he says, "This equation not only confirms alternate dimensions, it suggests that parallel Earths exist on different dimensional planes." Now, why do I love that so much? Well, because Deadpool and Wolverine didn't really give us a lot of answers to the multiversal model, but I think Fantastic Four will. I've always said someone needs to go to the chalkboard and draw it up there. And notice he says parallel Earths on different dimensional planes. So we'll talk about why that's important in a second, but I think this is hilarious. The kids that he's talking to, oh, they're totally bored. Totally bored. So he goes, "Okay, well, who wants to see a big explosion?" And they're all like, "Yay!" And then he sets this device off and makes an explosion. Too funny. But back to this multiversal model. So I have theorized that, there's paint, there's animated, you have the Deadpool universe, the X-Men, and of course you have the MCU. They're all different trees, if you will, across a multiversal forest. Well, boy, oh boy, I really think Fantastic Four is going to confirm that for us. Because Deadpool and Wolverine didn't really answer the question either way. But this movie seems like it's going to confirm it is a separate universe. It is in no way connected to Loki's tree. And we may finally understand our multiversal model. I'm stoked. I mean, I really want to see the movie, period. But man, this will make me so happy. All right. Also in the little trailer they showed, we get a shot of Galactus. Whoa, that looks sweet. So no cloud monster like in previous versions of the Fantastic Four. No, this is going to be the real deal. Cannot wait. Also, the Fantastic Car took flight over the stage. I mean, I know this is just a still of it, but trust me, this thing moved from one side of the stage to the other. It is so very cool. And we get a new logo for the Fantastic Four. Notice First Steps. So what does that mean? Well, I mean, it could be about, the first step on the moon, taking our first technological step, our first steps in a new universe. Who knows? But it could also be the first steps of Franklin Richards, because supposedly their children are going to be in it. And so maybe that's hinting at, their first steps. We'll see. But anyway, very, very excited about this movie. Also, we learned that Fantastic Four will be appearing in both of the upcoming Avengers films. That's a big deal. So they're going to be in the Fantastic Four movie and immediately show up in the next two Avengers films. So these are the only 3 films for 2025. You can see the dates there. Lots of excitement. Cannot wait. But when Feige said that, and this is out of Feige's own mouth, that these are the only 3 films, what does that mean? That means Blade is going to be delayed again, because Blade was supposed to be in November of 2025. And no surprise, right? They're still trying to get the writer and the director and everything taken care of. So, hey, delay it until you get it right. But man, I keep getting more and more worried we're not going to get it. But they say we're going to get Midnight Suns, and Blade's a part of Midnight Suns. So hopefully it's all going to work out, just not in 2025. But speaking of the Avengers films, they revealed the logos. Avengers Doomsday, which is replacing Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret Wars. So I have always wondered if we were going to get a 2-part Secret Wars, like another Secret Wars in 2028, because that would be the 20-year anniversary of the MCU. So I'm still holding out hope we actually end up getting 3 Avengers films in 3 years. But looking like this is the end. It looks like for now, these are the only 2 movies. And boy, do they look great. Boy, do they look great. So the Russo brothers were officially announced as coming back to direct both films. I'm really happy about that. They do a fantastic job. They gave us some of the best MCU films out there, and they've always said they would come back if they could do Secret Wars. Well, there you go. They got Secret Wars. Also, their company, AGBO, did a press release and revealed the writer. In their press release, I can't find the press release online, by the way, but I can find tweets about it that says that Stephen McFeely, as in Marcus and McFeely, will be writing both films. So we now have our writer and our directors. Now, it's interesting. They just said McFeely, so I don't know what happened to Marcus. Maybe they're not friends anymore. Who knows? But also, it's kind of a bummer because I thought Michael Waldron was going to write them. So that definitely shows that they are moving away from Kang as the main villain, no doubt, and that we're going to get a new villain. In fact, speaking of the new villain, remember Doomsday, right? Well, the Doom they're referring to, is Doctor Doom. You can see they bring a bunch of these Dooms out there, making a big, exciting announcement on who is going to play Doctor Doom, and I'm sure you've heard the news, right? Out walks one actor himself who pulls off his mask, and yes, we do indeed find out that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be back and is going to be playing Doctor Doom. Very interesting. He says, new mask, same task. So we can decide what that means, right? Is he going to continue to do some of the things Tony Stark was trying to do, which is to protect his universe? I mean, ultimately, Doctor Doom is quote-unquote a villain, but in the Secret Wars stories in the comics, all he was trying to do was preserve his universe. He just did it in ways that most other people wouldn't agree with. But yeah, new mask, same task. He also said, what can I say? I like to play complicated characters. Very funny. So I'm excited to see him back. This was a shock. I don't think anybody saw this coming. I mean, there were rumors if you follow the scoopers and the leaks, but there's rumors about everything. So I think a lot of people thought, no way is this really going to happen. Nope, it is. It is really going to happen. So one interesting little factoid is RDJ originally auditioned for Doctor Doom in the 2005 Fantastic Four movie. This video, if you've never watched it, it's great. You should check it out. It's Feige and Favreau talking about Iron Man 15 years later. But they bring up the fact that, RDJ originally was going to be Doctor Doom. So how interesting that now, 20-some years later, he's also going to play Doctor Doom, as well as, of course. In fact, I wonder, will he be both Iron Man and Doctor Doom in Secret Wars? Oh my, that'll be interesting. So this little tease from the Deadpool trailers seems to be really happening, right? Because they showed us this comic that if you zoomed in, you could tell it was Secret Wars #5. And who's on the cover? Doctor Doom. So, we are definitely getting Doom. Honestly, I think they have always planned on doing Doom. They just didn't expect that he would be such a big villain in Avengers 5. They were going to have the Kang Dynasty, and the Kangs be the villain. So I'm wondering, does that mean Doctor Doom is going to quickly steal the Kang's tech? Notice their quote from Quantumania. They said, they will take everything. Well, that is very true. I have a feeling that all your tech is about to be taken by Doctor Doom. I mean, because in the comics, Doctor Doom did steal the Beyonders' powers, at least in the 1984 Secret Wars comic. In fact, I had been assuming this Kang from Quantumania wasn't going to die, but that he was going to end up becoming a version of the Beyonder, maybe not a Caucasian with black curly hair, but still a version of the Beyonder, and was going to be in charge of creating Battleworld for Secret Wars, but I always assumed Doctor Doom was going to come and steal his powers, because I'm assuming Doctor Doom is going to become God Emperor Doom, become basically the one that in the end they're all fighting, and that he'll be the one that ends up recreating a single universe, destroying the multiverse and recreating a safe single universe. So I'm wondering now, is that the direction they're going, and will we actually see him wiping out those Kangs? Let me know your thoughts. What do you think at this point, if anything, that they're going to do with those Kangs? All I can say is I really hope we get a resolution to that story, because there was so much setup. We can't just, not mention them again. Plus, I'm kind of wondering, do we think Doctor Doom, the Doom they're going to be introducing, is he going to be a Tony Stark variant, or is he actually Victor Von Doom played by Robert Downey Jr.? Does that make sense? In other words, I kind of guess by the fact that they got RDJ playing the role that he's going to be a Tony Stark variant, but they introduced him as Victor Von Doom. So what does that mean? Is he a Tony Stark variant that changed his name to Victor Von Doom? I don't know. So many possibilities. There are going to be discussions about this for months and months and months. Let me know your thoughts. How exactly is this going to play out with RDJ playing Doctor Doom? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What direction do you think it's going to go? Does it get you excited, or does it get you mad, or both? And what role do we think he's going to play post-Secret Wars? Because there's definitely going to be a reboot. I think it'll be a soft reboot, but some type of reboot. does that mean RDJ is going to continue to play Doctor Doom even into Phase 7? Or is this like he's going to be around for a couple movies and get killed off? Man, so many questions. I don't know what to think at this point. Many theory videos to come. But my guess, at least, I'll go on the record and say I think RDJ is going to be playing a Tony Stark variant, but maybe he changes his name to Von Doom, maybe assumes a different identity to hide himself from others. So there's this big reveal that they all think they're fighting Victor Von Doom, and it turns out, oh, no, you're fighting Tony Stark, just a variant of him. That would be a wild reveal. So that is my guess, but we'll see. We will see. Let me know all your thoughts. So crazy. So don't forget, July contest, be a subscriber, leave a comment, win a book or a steelbook. And of course, there's that membership option in case you're interested. And of course, we always have the Discord. I love to bring that up every time. Here we are talking about SDCC and all the craziness. My word. In fact, notice Robbie is saying RDJ as Hugh Jackman playing Deadpool. So there may be multiple reveals coming with RDJ's character. So I will leave a pinned comment so you can join us. Conversations 24/7, 1,500 members across the globe. Lots of fun, and we want you to be part of it. Also, if you don't mind, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. You can check out more content, and we'll all continue to enjoy the ever-growing, the ever-changing Marvel Cinematic Universe.